Hey, seventh grade. So today you guys are going to be practicing inequalities. And so the Nearpod is here to help you show your work when you are doing the IXL skill. So I'm just going to quickly show you at the bottom. So you need a score of 70 to get full credit. And the skill is basically everything that we've been doing before. So if you need like scratch paper, the Nearpod is there to help you. Here's a line, here's the graph if you need it to remind yourself. But basically, you're going to be doing what we always do. So here you have 8p minus 8 is less than or equal to 8. So you could use the Nearpod, if you want, to help you solve this. So you could write 8p minus 8 is less than or equal to 8. And you have the variable side, you have the number side, and it's basically the same thing, right? You want to figure out what p is, so what you have to do is you have to add, oops, okay, don't know what happened here. So we want to get p by itself, so first we get rid of the constant, the number without the variable. So just to refresh your memory, we add 8 on both sides here. There's a lot of 8s in this one. And so minus 8 plus 8 give me 0, so I got rid of this minus 8, and then we get 8p is less than or equal to 16. So here we'll know that 8 times 2 gives me 16. But again, if I want to figure out what p is, we could divide, right? You're basically trying to figure out what times 8 gets you 16. We already know that that's 2. So our answer would be 1p is less than or equal to 2. So here you could write this if you need to, just so you know x is less than. And if you want, this one is less than or equal to, you could type or equal to 2. And just to remember that when you are graphing this, this is less or equal to, so your circle is closed, which means we go to 2, we close the circle, and we highlight it to all the numbers that are less than 2. Oh, really not cute arrow at all. So the circle is closed, we highlight the numbers that are less than 2, and then we could go ahead and highlight here, so close circle is less than 2, and submit. So even though like it's not asking you necessarily to solve it, you have to solve it in order to know how to graph it. So this Nearpod is there to help you. Now just again remember that you're always trying to get rid of the number without the variable first. So hold on, this would be v is less than or equal to 4. But I did want to show you there's sometimes like the constant is going to be on another side. That's okay as long as like you know that you have to get rid of the constant first. So for example, if it gave me something like, you know, like this, like 10 is less than or equal to 5 plus 5x, I'm always getting rid of the number without the variable first on the variable side, right? So you determine, okay, this is my variable side, this is my number side, and I always have to get rid of the number without the variable. That's always the first step. So here, for example, you would subtract by 5 on both sides, and then you would get 5x here is greater than or equal to 5, and we would divide, right, because you're trying to figure out what times 5 gives you 5, and you kind of already know that. So this would be 1x is less than or equal to 1. Now this is just an example, right, that might show up on IXL that I'm showing you. So I just want for you to make sure that you are aware of like every possible way that this could look like for you. And so if you were to read this, this is saying that 1 is less than or equal to x, or 1x, so it would say 1 is less than or equal to x, but in terms of x, what that means is x is greater than or equal to 1. So remember that you're always reading it from x's perspective, so this would be x is greater than or equal to 1, and so you highlight all the numbers that are bigger than 1. So remember that you are always reading it with the perspective of x. So if you have any further questions, feel free to let me know, and you could use this Nearpod to show your work.